What's up, Zox fam? We're back with some more Etheria Restart. Now, we're going to be getting into a character overview of the Daydream Melody Chiaki, the Echo. This is definitely one of the more potent characters for turn manipulation and turn manipulation prevention. Now, when we actually get into how her kit works, looking at the skill 1, we have the Sound Surge. So Chiaki tries to pluck the strings, dealing 240% damage to a single enemy and purifying 1 debuffs from the ally with the most debuffs. This is actually really good, making sure that the ally that's being targeted or penalized the most is actually having some layered coverage for relieving or just removing some of those debuffs. Now, when we look at the passive, the Violent Inspiration, to overcome her fear of performing, Chiaki plucks the strings again, and before her turn starts, she applies a 2-turn attack up to 2 random allies, and if the targets already have an attack up buff, then additionally applies a 1 turn of Ave Maria. Now, Ave Maria is definitely a very unique ability, and it's extremely powerful because currently this makes her the only character that can do this, where the strike prep cannot be set back or stolen. Increases other allies' strike prep by 6% at the end of the turn. Now, of course, with this, you also have the skill 3. So the Bright Melody, shimmering phantom sounds inspire a fighting spirit as Chiaki plays her violin. Increases all allies' strike prep by 20%. And applies a 2-turn of attack up. If the target already has attack up, additionally applies a 2-turn of Ave Maria. Now, the goal ultimately with this is that you want this ability to rotate as much as possible so you can have as many Ave Marias on as possible. And so this is something that actually ends up becoming a very essential thing in how you utilize Chiaki, the Echo. Now, as far as module recommendations, it's going to be pretty straightforward for Chiaki, the Echo. Swift Rush being one of her high in value sets on a 12 matrix bonus is going to be giving you a speed value of 35%. You're also going to have Strive on an 8 matrix bonus, giving you a defense increase of 10%. And after being attacked, increases strike prep by 10%. And then, of course, in the latter portion of the game, you're going to have ones like Swift Raid, where you get a speed increase of 15% and an attack increase of 20%. I also would argue that you could use ones like Time Weave for the second effect, which is going to be at the start of the turn, there's a 35% chance to reduce the cooldown of all Animus skills by 1 turn. So these are just some of the things that you can aim for. Now, when we're looking at main stat and substat prioritization, I would definitely say HP, effect res, and effect res, or you can go HP, HP, effect res, or if it's early game, HP, HP, HP. It just really depends on what exactly you're trying to aim for, whether you want more bulk versus the ability to basically mitigate more debuffs. You have to kind of find the right balance that works for you. Now, when you're looking at substats, I would definitely say bulky stats can work extremely well for Chiaki. So HP defense, of course, speed is king for her. And then definitely looking at stats like effect res. Now, as far as skill prioritization, I would definitely say the third skill would be one of the first things that you would invest in, with the first node increasing the effect of strike prep boost to 18%. The second node will increase the strike prep boost through the Ave Maria to 6%. The third node will increase the effect of strike prep boost to 20%. And then the fourth node will reduce the skill cooldown by 1 turn. Now, that would be followed up by the skill 2, which the first node is going to give you an effect res increase of 3%. The second node, if the target already has attack up, applies the Ave Maria for 1 turn. Then the third node gives you further more effect res of 3%. And then with the fourth node, it increases the number of affected allies to 3. Now, of course, with that, you then have the first skill, Last, which is going to be increasing the damage multiplier to 220% on the first node. The second node will increase the purifying chance to 80%. Then the third node will further increase the damage multiplier to 240. And then with the final node, it's going to further increase the purifying chance to 100%. Now, as far as shell recommendations, starting out in Shadowrunner, we're going to definitely have the Unbridled Science, Star, Mermaid Princess, Black Flag, Shanghai Jing, Blizzard, Gigabyte, Alicorn, Codex of Magic. Now, getting into our infamous pros and cons, Chiaki the Echo is definitely one of the best turn manipulators in the game, because not only is she able to manipulate your strike prep, but she can also prevent it from being manipulated. And this is something that gives her a little bit of extra value as an SR rarity character in the game. And I would argue definitely makes her one of the strongest SRs in the game. Now, of course, with that being the case, you also are getting the attack up buff. So she's further going to be scaling damage, which is giving her more utility. So when we're looking at pros, it's pretty straightforward. Now, as far as cons go, I definitely would say that this is something that matters a little bit more in PvP, where if you are trying to make the most of the Ave Maria buff, then you're going to have to make sure that you have enough speed to rotate at least twice so that you can make use of the skill 3. This is why the Codex of Magic is one of my highest recommendations for this character, because in order for you to effectively proc the Ave Maria, there already needs to be an attack up buff already being applied. And so that's something that can kind of be a weird thing, that you have to rotate your own attack buff if you're trying to use her in order for you to then be able to use it again, so that then you can get more out of the Ave Maria. But I will say that this is something that, again, doesn't take away from the fact that she does offer so much utility: the purifying, the strike prep manipulation, and also the strike prep prevention. That's something that you're just not going to find from any other character. So with all of that being said, that's basically going to be that on the Daydream Melody Chiaki the Echo. I hope that this was able to help give you more insight on how this Animus works and maybe how you can apply this Animus to your compositions. So with that, of course, guys, as always, definitely make sure that you guys comment down below what you think, and also make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Etheria Restart content. So that's going to be that with this one, guys. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.